What up, everybody? Me again, Wall Street hit my line. And today I want to talk about Tre Mann, who I have yet to see a player who has a more accurate name, because Tre is both a walking tray and a man. So let's get into it. Tre Mann is a 6'4" point guard for the Charlotte Hornets, and he joined the Hornets late last season, I believe. I believe he was part of a trade and wound up in Charlotte and had a very good end of the season. I think he averaged over, 10 or 11 points per game in his time with Charlotte, very briefly towards the end of the season. And he's been having a really good preseason showing so far. And it's led a lot of people to discuss if he is basically a contender for the Sixth Man of the Year award, which there's a couple things I want to talk about there. Because, first of all, the Hornets are really bad. So why is he just already being forced to come off the bench, right? So I don't really know what his role is. I mean, in the preseason, he's played, anywhere from 15 minutes to 25. So, that type of usage is more synonymous with a bench player. So it's possible, who knows? But, he's just been really good. He's been really good. Played 28 games for the Hornets last season after being traded from Oklahoma City. And in those games played 31 minutes per game, started every game, but LaMelo was out for a decent portion of that, so there was a little bit more of an availability or a need at the guard spot, whether it be the 1 or the 2. So, and he's a good passer. Last season with Charlotte, averaged, a little bit over 5 assists a game, 11.9 points per game, 1.7 steals per game. And a lot of people started talking about him in the preseason because he's kind of wearing that baggy jersey, baggy shorts, that look. And he's got crazy handles. He'll hit you with a crossover and you're running all the way horizontal to, China. I don't even know. Motherfuckers are out here just getting tossed around by this man, and it's impressive. And he's a young player. He's 23 years old, out of Florida, and he's just got a lot of potential. And so I really do hope that he hits his potential, with the Hornets, and they're able to utilize him, because that franchise needs something. They just need something. So he might be that. But the thing that I'm thinking about is he really going to be Sixth Man of the Year, right? Because when you think about the Sixth Man of the Year award, it typically goes to players that are having very good seasons, majorly coming off the bench. I think there's a cap on how many games you can start. It's maybe less than 20% of the games you play, you have to come off of the bench. So he can start a handful of games, but he's got to come off the bench for the majority of it. But the main thing with that is typically when we see someone win that award, they're on a team that's at least making the playoffs. So that's something that has not been synonymous with the Charlotte Hornets for a while. And if they don't make the playoffs, I don't really see him being Sixth Man of the Year unless he's literally averaging 20 points per game, which if he's averaging 20 points per game off the bench and the Hornets are not making the playoffs, he probably should not be coming off the bench. Just a pro tip from yours truly. But, who knows? I really don't know. Who's going to be doing the voting and, what's going to go into it. But, look at Naz Reid, right? The Timberwolves had the best season that they've had in, my lifetime, probably the last 15 or 20 years. And, he put up pretty good stats. I think he averaged, 14 points per game or something around that range. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but was clearly a very impactful player, offensively at least, off of the bench for the Timberwolves. So Tre Mann is no doubt in my mind going to be an impactful player if he's coming off the bench, as long as you're giving him playing time, because he just plays with confidence. He's that guy. So could he win Sixth Man of the Year? It's very much so possible. In his 4 preseason games that he's played so far, I think he's playing against the Pacers right now or something, but I don't know how he's doing right now because I'm not watching the game. But he played the Knicks on October 6th. 16 minutes, went 6 for 8 shooting, 3 for 4 from 3-point range, finished with 15 points. 15 points in 16 minutes is wild. Like, that is truly an impeccable showing for someone coming off the bench. Next game played against Miami, 19 minutes, 7 for 12 and 14 points. Went 0 for 3 from 3, but that was the only game where he didn't make a 3. And every other game where he made a 3, he was shooting at least 50%, which is pretty exceptional. Like I said, he's a walking Tre. Then played against Memphis on October 10th, 22 minutes, 8 for 13 shooting. That's like 62%, 19 points, and fairly low turnover numbers for the most part. And like he's handling the ball when he's in the game. Like he's got the ball on a string, this guy. And then played again at New York, at the Knicks Arena in Madison Square Garden on October 15th, 22 minutes, 6 for 12 shooting, 16 points. So he's got talent. He's got a lot of talent. So whether it pans out with the Hornets or somebody else, I think we're going to continue to see Tre Mann in the league. He's a great player. As far as him actually winning the Sixth Man of the Year award, though, that is, truly, I think, dependent on the team's success. Because if they wind up making the playoffs, they wind up, being a 6 seed or something, which would be a miracle. Then I could see Tre Mann legitimately winning Sixth Man of the Year, as long as he's putting up, let's say, 13, 14 points a game and, 6 assists or something like that. So it's really going to depend. We're 5 days away from the regular season starting at the time that I'm recording this. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if he, can make that, come to fruition. But he's got people paying attention, so I'm wishing Tre Mann the best. I'm looking forward to seeing him play this year. I already got my League Pass subscription charged and all that shit, so I'm about to be watching a lot of ball this year. So let me know what you guys think. Hit my line in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you did not enjoy the video, give it a dislike. Let me know how you really feel. I'll see you guys later. Peace.